A Sioux Falls man has been training athletes of all levels for more than 5 decades. Eric Thorstensen has more on the amazing career of Steve Bliss, who's this week's Someone You Should Know.
Press calves. Good form. There we go. Curled. Looking good. There you go, Les.
Steve Bliss is a senior exercise specialist with Sanford Health. You could say he's been here since the beginning.
Inhale, exhale. Get that good extension. There you go. 26 years ago, they brought us in to start a sports enhancement program. And so I worked with our director, Kyle Hansen, and together we were the co-founders, and we started sports enhancement. There you go.
Steve has seen firsthand daily the improvements in athletic training.
It's always evolving, you know, with the science of exercise. Looking good. So things like hydration, heat, interval training, things like that.
For the Omaha native, weight training began long before his time in Sioux Falls. It was when he was a college student.
This would be back in 1970. So I was at the University of Nebraska, and Boyd Epley, the Hall of Fame strength coach, I was a pre-law student, so I was going to go to law school, train to be a lawyer. And then he helped me kind of get into strength training. And then my life went from being going to be a lawyer to be a weight coach, back then we called it. And I started working with him, and our football team, I got to work with them, the 70 and 71 team, they were national champs.
From there, Steve, who was a competitive weightlifter himself, became the first strength coach at the University of Miami. When the Ohio State football team and their legendary head coach Woody Hayes played in Miami at the Orange Bowl, they worked out at the school and saw the program Steve had created.
One of his assistants came in and said, "What's your phone number?" And I said, "Okay." We didn't have cell phones then. And then a couple days later, Woody goes, "I want you to come up for an interview." And I go, and then I'm on my way there for 10 years. So Woody brought me in. And I thought that's a once in a lifetime opportunity to work for Woody Hayes. He was a naval commander in World War II. And my dad was a World War II guy too. So we just hit it off. His son was named Steve, my name's Steve. For some reason, we just hit it off.
At Ohio State, Steve influenced a young athlete and future NFL Hall of Famer in Chris Carter.
So I said, "Chris, we've never had an All-American receiver. And if you do our program, if you meet me 3 times a week, you'll be our first All-American." And he called his mom that night, and that's what he did.
He was one of the real people in my life, foundationally, that gave me a work ethic and let me understand about weightlifting and how it would transition into football. And he projected me in places that I couldn't see myself. So Coach Bliss is unbelievable. The people here in South Dakota, North Dakota have access to him. Like, you have one of the best in sports right here in your backyard. Utilize him.
Bring your hands forward a little bit. There you go.
And that's what everyday athletes of all ages get to do now, either one-on-one or in one of Steve's classes.
Okay, now let's have that right leg up. I look at everybody I look at as an athlete. So I want to sit down and make them better.
One of the things that I've always appreciated is Steve takes the time to get to know me and know what my athletic goals are and what's my strengths and my weaknesses. And then he's really helped me design a training program that was specific to my needs.
The everyday athlete comes in and says, "Hey, I can ride my bike on the loop now in Sioux Falls." That's just like music to my ears. Good job, Les.
And after 55 years of training others, he's still got a lot left.
I'd like to go 20 more years. Maybe you can interview me in 20 years. Wouldn't that be awesome?
I hope we do.
In Sioux Falls.
Good job. There you go. Nice job.
Eric Thorstensen, Dakota News Now.
Steve wrote a book on athletic training during his time at Ohio State titled Buckeye Football Fitness. He's also a former strength and conditioning coach at North Dakota State. As always, if there is someone you think we all should know, please email a nomination to news@dakotanewsnow.com.